Where do I want to start? First of all, I'm a content creator, so I had to touch on this topic. Amongst many things, one of the things I do is obviously create content. But some of the most valuable or most visible creators in the world do not actually own their business. So as someone who's always talking about ownership and someone who uses her platform to talk about ownership amongst many other things, I wanted to cover this. Some of the most visible creators don't own their businesses. They own access. They own access, plenty of access. But access can and has been revoked. So if you are a content creator, I want you to listen to this. If you consider yourself a social media influencer and you use those platforms to create and to share and to spread information, I want you to understand the real importance of ownership while you're doing so. Because when access is revoked, it's not, especially when it's not paused, it's not negotiated, it's just pulled. It's not, well, I'm reaching out to you, let's talk about a situation or the issue, let's negotiate what's going on. No, it is just revoked, straight out revoked. I see it all the time. And if you are in the content world, I'm sure you have too. And if you have not, just do a Google search. You'll see so many individuals, notable individuals, or up and coming individuals who have had their platform revoked. And when that happens, especially if you're monetizing, not just monetizing on the platform itself, like getting money from the platform, but using those platforms to get sponsorships and other ways just to get paid, your income disappears. The audience disappears. The leverage disappears. And so many people are always shocked, constantly always shocked, because they thought visibility meant I have complete control. I became big. This is great. This is my thing. I can have control over this because this is my thing. Visibility doesn't equal control. But this is not just a creator's problem. We're going to talk about content creators today. This is not a creator's problem, creator economy problem alone. This is an ownership problem. So whatever information I talk about today, copy paste. And whatever you are doing, copy paste. When you think one thing gives you control, and what actually it's ownership that has to give you control, copy paste. And all information I talk about today obviously is not about anti-creator, because again, I am one. This is about not owning, and understanding owning applies to everything across the board. Whatever you're doing, understand ownership and control through your ownership what you want to actually do. Because if people's entire business collapsed when someone else just changed a policy, changes access, you never owned a business. You never will own anything. So you're just renting momentum. And the creative economy is full of people confusing the two. So let's get into it. Welcome to Seek Elevation. I am attorney Ella Keisha, also known as the Empowerment Influencer. Yes, I am an attorney, but I am not your attorney, because if I do not know your situation, then I cannot advise you on your situation. But I am giving you information for you to learn, to become better, to dig deeper, and to just take these gems and elevate. And if you do end up needing legal advice, go find whoever it is that can take you to the next level with that. But right here is a space where I help individuals elevate, transform, and to get clarity. And I advocate for individuals who are creatives, sports professionals, and founders, especially first-gen achievers, because I am one. But yes, here is where, I empower people who are rising, redefining themselves, and who decided they want to step into their highest potential. Those people who want to become the highest versions of themselves. That's why you are here, to seek more elevation and own every step of the journey. So if you are building, creating, leading, or evolving, you are in the right place. Another week, another Tuesday. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, man. Logan Paul, PewDiePie, Jackie Aina, Summer Rae. Hey. The TikTok creators in general. Why am I saying those names? Why am I naming those individuals? It's because those are the individuals that have always been, or at least for some time, have been at the top of their game on social media and were affected by the very things that I talked about in the opening. They were affected by algorithm changes. They were affected by brand deals being paused on them for whatever reasons that happened. They lost money. Advertisers have pulled back. Some of them have been banned. The list goes on. And like I said, if you just Google, if you just do your research, you'll find more individuals, obviously, than what I name. You'll find a list of individuals who were affected by focusing on visibility and access versus ownership. We've all seen it, and it will continue to happen if we don't talk about it and what we need to do. I mean, because creators, that's what we focus on, right? We learn more and more how to get more subscribers because we think that leads to more eyes leads to more sales, or leads to, like I said, just monetization on platforms. But we do it when we skip everything else. We do it and end up at the mercy of the platforms. It is not good to be locked out of your account. How many times do I see so many people? I was on IG a few times here recently, and two individuals. One was a business owner that sold hair products and tied in the way she show up on IG with grabbing the attraction, had a disagreement, claimed that the person she had a disagreement with targeted her page, made false claims, got it taken down. She had to create another page real quick to let everybody know, I lost everything. There was this couple, I cannot think of their name, that's on IG, husband and wife, really funny. But their page, they said, got hacked. They couldn't get into their page. Everything was frozen. They were losing all types of opportunities. And so many people they ask, how could this happen? How could this happen to these people? They're so big. Aren't these platforms supposed to protect them? They're huge. Even if they can't protect themselves, don't the platforms protect them? No, this happens. This happens a lot, and it happens everywhere. And access makes individuals feel safe. I'm known a lot, seen a lot. It feels like I gained a lot, and I feel safe. But even those who are seen a lot, known a lot, gained a lot, they're not the exception. It's any of us using these platforms. You know what hurts a lot more too? Is on your path of going up, something happens. Sometimes people don't even understand the rules of engagement of certain platforms. You got to really understand, like even YouTube, if certain things are said, your page can get taken down. They have a whole policy list that you're supposed to study and understand if certain words are said. Sometimes if you go live and you invite guests, they can actually say things or do things that get your page affected. People uploading songs that they thought they had a right to do it may get copyright strikes. Sometimes they're warning, sometimes it's completely taking your page down. The list goes on. So there's no exceptions. Just looking at those who are really visible, they're a preview of what can happen, but they're not the exception. It's anyone who uses platforms. Anyone. So we have to think about, as content creators, understand that I'm creating content. I like to entertain. I like to educate. I like to do all these things, but it is a service that I'm providing. So in the service I'm providing, I am actually running a business. And in running a business, I have to do all the things that are necessary to establish a business, making sure I have the right entity structure, making sure I protect all of my IP that's actually being used, and making sure that I have a backup platform and backup source where I can redirect and drive people to immediately to not cause disruption. You can have things, multiple platforms going on simultaneously. And if there's any hiccup on one platform, you have one that you have more control over. Having your own website, you have more control over any platform that is going to ding you for what you're saying and not saying. Of course, websites can crash in general, right? Your website can go down, but it's not someone taking something from you. And even if that did happen, if that was to happen, you still want to have everything backed up so that if you need to pivot, all you need to do is just dump here. Also, as an owner, the mindset we need to have is you're not just having one-sided engagement. You're not just information dumping. You are relationship exchanging. You should have a way where you are getting access to contact access to those who are watching and joining, not just subscribe, but what are you actually sharing? What are you actually engaging in where you can exchange contact information if something was to happen? How are you getting emails? Are you sharing information where individuals can maybe share their email to get some type of download? Are you having your information in your description where your website is or how other methods of contacting you are? Not just sharing information. That's the ownership mindset. We want to make sure you are not just coming out here giving information. You are giving information and you are exchanging. So I had to send something real quick. So you want to make sure that you're thinking like an owner. And that's the uncomfortable truth. That's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of us just want, especially if you're creative, we don't want to think about all that extra business side of it. I'm just a creator. I want to come in and just create and just share. Why? Everything else. Why? Because what you are sharing and what you are doing, you are gifted at it. And I hope that you are doing it to use your gift to make room for you in this life. You're giving a gift for a reason, to make room for you. So treat it as such.